been picking up anything.
Like in a baby face style.
I'm telling you, like, damn it, let's start again. Then now I've started again. I'm not even outside. Then I'm hearing the doggies. Can you hear the doggies?
I can't hear actually. I can't hear anything.
Let me just close the window.
Can you hear any noise in my background?
No, you're good. I'm not with a problem.
I can't hear anything from your end.
When I was doing, can you still hear me?
Yes.
When I was doing Eric by Nina, I tried setting up outside because I like the outside because then you can, the background, you give me the ambience. And now we just started yelling. Yeah. My neighbor one just thought it was her
That's
toy.
why I have these.
Yeah, so it's like, at which toys were shouting. I said, oh, it's not your children. It's like, we were still really yelling. I was like, oh, Lord.
Yeah.
But
tell me.
Yeah, but it's good. So welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
Welcome to TJ.
Dakwera.
Yeah, good. This thing that this thing called the COVID, keeping us indoors, but we refuse to be held down. Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of TJ Talk, and I'm with the lovely Kabeyu. Today we're talking about fitness. So can you say hello?
Yes.
Wave the people.
Jumbo.
So this is basically it. It's an easy place to have a conversation about anything, everything, and just keep what's the word for it? Keep it simple, keep it as real as it can be, and we take it one step at a time. So
awesome.
So welcome. So I've known Kabeyu for a long time, since we were kids actually.
Yes.
And it's been quite an interesting childhood, if I can say that. We've seen each other from being.
And I only recently discovered that she went to Alliance. I don't know why I thought she went to Strathmore.
Are you serious? Well, they're both good, but the Alliance.
Yes.
You cannot compare the Alliance to the Strathmore.
Sawa. Do you have your N95 masks because you went to Alliance?
Yeah, but they have N95 for the regular one, surgical, gloves. They even have the whole hazmat. Full hazmat.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's been an interesting time, to be honest, because, from our days of being carefree and just enjoying being out there to now being all kept together and being like, yeah, we need to contain ourselves. And now we're parents. Yeah, so we also pick up those
adults.
I'm telling you. Yeah, but I always say that our folks lied to us. They didn't tell us the whole truth. They didn't tell us adults.
I would have stayed a kid longer.
I'm telling you, everything was free. Now we're doing everything for ourselves. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. Hold on. Yeah, so cool. So, here we are, all grown up. So, my bringing you on was very specific and tactful because I've been watching you on your Instagram handle, DigiFunk, from being, okay, first, tell us about yourself. How many kids, how many husbands?
Many. So my name is Kabeyu Katuga, and my handle is DigiFunk. And I am a mother of two precious little people, a 10-year-old boy and a 6-year-old girl who feels like she's turning 22. Sassy, attitude, challenges me left, right, and center. Yes. And then I'm a marketer by profession. And yesterday was my birthday, so I am no longer I no longer fall in the youthful bracket, unfortunately.
So you can't do, what is that thing called?
Please.
You guys are being told to do
Youth Fund.
Yes, Youth Fund and the other one for Safaricom.
I'm no longer eligible.
Yeah.
Not eligible.
Don't worry.
As of yesterday, unfortunately.
But happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I have refused. I've said I'm 30 with 6 years of experience.
Yes, and we celebrate all your 30 years without excellent stuff.
Yes. Asante Sarah.
Yeah, so happy birthday once again. And now that you've said 2 kids, full-time job, full-time mom, full-time wife, Basically, I've seen you from when you were chubby, I can call it that, when you were younger. Then you got married, then you had babies, then you gained the weight, then you cut the weight off. And it's a really good journey. I mean, I've seen you grow, but in the opposite direction. And the reason I brought you on is because I figured you'd rather have it from local real life stories of people who've actually done it and who can actually explain, like, what went through your mind, what was the turning point, how did you get to that point, what, did you get tired of it, basically just give us a walkthrough of, why you are where you are, how it started and everything.
Well, I think it started in 2017, a bit earlier than that, but 2017 is when I got serious about it. When I had my first child, which is it's about 10 years ago, I was 25, 26 thereabouts, because he's born in April, I'm born in May. And I had barely put on any weight. So I figured my second child would do the same. Yes, shock on me. So immediately I had him, and you know how people say boys milk you dry. I was able to lose the weight in weeks after having him. And then with my second, so managed to get back into my old clothes immediately, like about a month after I had him, etc. So I didn't struggle. And I assumed, of course, Mungu amenibariki, I'm the kind of person who will snatch back naturally when they have babies. Shock on me. So, of course, later, between 2010 and 2013, I used to eat carelessly. I do whatever I want. I used to work in the alcohol industry. So a lot of partying, a lot of activations and all. So meaning a lot of drinking. And drinking comes with food. So I started packing on the pounds. But I don't know about men, but for women, sometimes you gain weight, but your mirror tells you, you cute. You cute.
It's that baby fat.
So, yes. In fact, there's one time my mom is like, hey, this chick is about to go to kindergarten. Why are you still blaming her for your weight again? No, stop it.
Mom had no chills, huh?
Hey, my mom's smaller than me, so she was just like, girl, this is all our swag.
Is that working?
So, yes. So maybe moving forward to 2017, I had just traveled I usually do a trip to Dubai in January to take advantage of the Dubai Shopping Festival. So I went on that trip alone, and what happened? I was there for 1.5 weeks, and I ate like crazy. And I don't like their food, so of course I live off IHOP and KFC, Burger King, and everything. Had a blast and came back, and a week later I had to resume work, and I couldn't fit into anything I had worn before I went to Dubai. So I got to that point. I asked myself, okay, am I going to invest money in getting a new wardrobe, or actually getting my health and weight in order? Because before that I'd climbed flight of stairs, and I was breathing like I've been running a marathon. My knees were like a shosho, and I was in my early 30s. I was about 32 at that point. So it didn't make sense. I'd go to bed and wake up tired, more tired than I was before I went to bed. So I started feeling, okay, I need to do something about it. And it's scary because I didn't really know what to do. I just
How heavy were you
the weight
then?
and look good.
Sorry, how heavy were you?
That particular, at my tipping point, I was 80. And for those who have met me, I'm this high. Yeah, when people are being given height, I was being given energy.
And how tall are you, by the way?
5 on the dot. I'm 4 foot nothing. My 10-year-old son is taller than me.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Yes.
So 80 kilos on a 5-foot frame.
Imagine, yes. So baby hippo swag. And then you could have not told me anything. I was Beyonce's younger sister. So harsh reality. Bus. So what happened is I came back. I was a size 14 then. When I came back, of course, I couldn't fit into anything. I tipped into a size 16. So I was like, it sounds fun to go and get a new wardrobe, but I was like, it doesn't make sense. If I'm 40, a 16 at 32, what will I be at 40? I'd be having to walk into doors sideways. So that's how I rationalized it. I was like, okay, it's time. I didn't know where to start. So my aunt, and my aunt, she used to be your neighbor in Runda. So now she lives closer to Jaffrey's, and I decided to join on one of her morning runs. I don't run myself to date. I don't run. My knees are shosho knees to date. So I decided, what, as she runs, I'll walk. So the first time I tried it out, I did 3 laps, and I felt like I had just come back from war. trudging. I was just like, Jesus, take me. Yeah. So, but I knew it was the first time, so it was expected. I kind of enjoyed it, and I decided to continue with that journey. So we used to do Monday to Friday, and then on Saturday, instead of going to Jaffrey's, we'd actually now walk around Kilimani, Lavington. We'd do at least 10 kilometers.
Oh, nice.
Then after that, we would spoil ourselves by a nice hearty breakfast from Java for walking the 10Ks.
Okay.
So one day, I think about 3 weeks into this journey, we were sitting at Valley Arcade having breakfast, and then it was about 11 o'clock in the morning, and there was some loud music, and I was like, hey, Kwani, there's a party at this time of the day. I look up and I noticed there's a gym that's been open there. So we decided after breakfast to go and check it out. I've never been a gym person. I used to fear it. You know, you walk into gyms, you find these sexy men, sexy women who know how to use their equipment. And I'm like, is this a bike? Which one is a treadmill? Which one is a spin bike? So it's really intimidating. Okay. And for that reason, I never went to the gym. So we had a lovely gym instructor who came and took us around the place. It's really well maintained, fully equipped, everything. And he was like, would you like to try it out? I was like, gym is not my thing. So he's like, you know what, come for one free trial. If you don't like it, that's fine. He's like, you don't have to take up the full membership. You can do a daily membership. Once you make up your mind, you can do the monthly one. So I was like, free? Siwezi mind. I'm half Kikuyu, so yes. So on Monday I went back and we did the whole, checking your, what is it called, your weight. I found out I was 48 years old as per how badly I'd been
40 what?
myself. Please note I was 48. That was my metabolic age. And I was 32. So I calculated at 35 I might be 60. I was like, something has got to change. So we agreed we will do split between a cardio and weight strength training. So I was really scared of strength training because you see all that equipment. You're like, guy, nitaweza kweli? Utawezana. Yeah. Yes. In terms of cardio, we were going to do light because, of course, I was quite heavy, not fit at all. So we did our first class and he put me on the cross trainer for 15 minutes. And when I was done, I noticed that the amount of calories I burnt is the amount of calories I burn when I walk 1 hour Jaffrey's. And that was my turning point. I was like, hold up. I can burn 300 calories in 15 minutes. And I used to do that nonsense at Jaffrey's for 1 hour. I was like, that's it. I'm not even doing the daily membership. I'll do the monthly one.
Oh, wow.
And I was disciplined. So I used to go every single day, Monday to Saturday. I do the morning class because, of course, I'm balancing work and being a mom and a wife, etc. So I do a 5 o'clock class. So my first class, I think I did aerobics. It was pretty fun. I think I left a paddle in the gym. And for me, I thought, I've left like 15 kgs there. Yes. So, and then I also decided, because I knew, and even the gym instructor had told me, as you can work out 50 times a day. But if you do not take care of what you're doing in the kitchen, you're wasting your time. It's 80% the kitchen and 20% in the gym. Okay. So I decided, I didn't know what to do. And I really wanted to do something that's sustainable, something affordable, because also putting yourself on a meal plan or whatever is quite expensive.
Yes, it actually is.
So I had seen some lady on Instagram also. She has a page called Paula's Kitchen. So I decided to reach out to her. We had a candid discussion about my eating habits, because as far as I'm concerned, I eat like a toddler. Like, I don't like my vegetables. I prefer my meats, my warus and stuff like that. So we figured out, based on the discussions we had, she thought the best plan to put me on is keto. And keto is mainly a high fat, is it high fat? Low carb diet. Yes. But the fats are healthy, good fats for you. So things like avocados, cheese and stuff like that. So, and she did for me a meal plan, she sent me recipes, and I love the fact, because I love the kitchen, I love to cook. The recipes were really interesting, it wasn't anything boring like boiled cabbage and a slice of, I don't know, matumbo. I had chicken. She was like, layer it with cheese, do this. So I really enjoyed it. Yes.
So you're fit right in there.
Yes, exactly. So what happened is, now I became so enthusiastic. Instead of her sending me meal plans, I'm sending her recipes. I'm like, can I try this? Can I try that? So after a month, she was like, chick, I think taking your money would be stealing from you. The way you're so focused and the way you're so enthusiastic, I think, let me teach you how to figure this shit out on your own. Oh, sorry for cussing. Let me teach you how to figure this out on your own. Yes. And yeah. So we sat down. She taught me where to go and get my recipes from. If I had a craving for anything, for example, if I felt like eating lasagna, we got a keto alternative for it. If I felt like eating chips, there's a keto alternative for it. So for example, for chips, you can take your zucchinis, cut them like chips, dip them in cheese, put them in the oven, and voila, you're eating chips. Yes.
Yeah, but
so instead for lasagna, instead of using pasta sheets, you use zucchini sheets, and you have your lasagna.
Okay, but the question is, okay, I've watched even dudes try the keto, and we always see the wrong way, and we always decide, okay, so now we can have our steak, our burgers with extra cheese on them, and all this stuff. But I've not seen those guys cutting the weight. So what's the secret behind it? Because you are eating all this.
The secret is it's your portions. Just because you're eating now a high protein diet and a good fat diet, it doesn't mean now you eat like you're going to war. You still need to watch your portions. And one of the things you also need to do when you're on keto is listen to your body. We have been conditioned to eat at certain times of the day. In the morning, you wake up, you eat breakfast. At lunchtime, 1 p.m., you eat your lunch. 7 p.m., you're eating your dinner. What you learn to do on keto is you listen to your body, because proteins take so long to burn. You could go for even 7 hours without being hungry. But you're going to eat because you've been told it's lunchtime, and yet you're not hungry. So you see, it beats the purpose. So, and then also what we had done is she used to teach me how to measure my food. So Kabeyu went to the supermarket, bought herself a kitchen scale. She used to put her two little meats in a scale and measure. After 1 week, I told her, this is not sustainable. I can't do this shit. Sorry. So I told her, what I can do is I can eyeball, because I'd already seen 50 grams of protein looks like this. I said, let me eyeball it. I don't enjoy doing this. And for me, I know if I don't enjoy doing something, I will probably fall off the wagon. I'll cheat. So she was like, that's okay. You can eyeball, make sure that your meal doesn't pass the size of your fist. If it's your protein, if it's your vegetable, that way. Make sure it fits on a side plate. Don't eat on a main plate. Yeah, so it will control. So I even went ahead. I think on Facebook, I found a lady who sells portion control containers. So it shows you how big your carbohydrates should be, how big your proteins should be. So I dropped the carbohydrates. I just used to use the proteins and the vegetables. So month 1, month 2, I noticed I'd lost 10 kgs. By then, I had gotten so disciplined. We would go to Art Cafe with my girlfriends on Friday evening. They would not be able to convince me to cheat. I'm like, 10 kgs, my friends, at another hour. I am not eating.
One person right there.
Yeah?
You lost a person.
Exactly, man. 10 kgs is what? Someone who's almost 1.
Yeah,
right?
To me, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
you still have the drinks with your friends, though.
Yes, but what I used to do, as I told you, I decided this lifestyle, I'm going to make it work for me. Yeah, I'm not going to be a slave to it. So, of course, when you're on keto, if you do your research, it says no alcohol, no fruits, no this, no that. I said, I'm going to make it work for me. So alcohol, I used to drink every fortnight. And let me tell you, I would save up. I'm like, today, 2 bottles of Jacob's Creek, because I have been a good girl for 2 weeks. I'm ready.
Doesn't that just go against you've not drunk? So for the fortnight, you drink enough for the 2 weeks.
Well, I don't know. It worked for me because I still continued losing weight.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes. And then secondly, I said that on Sundays at lunchtime, I will have a cheat meal. Yeah, I can't be a slave to this lifestyle. I will eat. Because of course, if you deny yourself, it gets to a point now you're craving everything, you cheat every day. So I said, be disciplined Monday to Saturday, lunch on Sunday, eat whatever the hell you want. And then you, from dinner onwards, I don't. And because I cheated on Sunday lunch, by dinner time, I wasn't hungry. Because I'd eat whatever I craved. Yeah, so that's how the journey started. I became, in terms of the gym, I also picked up what it is that I enjoyed doing, and that's what I stuck with. So I enjoyed my strength training, and then I loved my spinning. Aerobics got a bit mundane for me, so I stopped doing it. But spin, if I was free, I'd go 3 times a day. So I'd go for the 6 o'clock class, go for the midday class, and then I go for the 6 p.m. class. Yes, that's how I was like, let's do this.
And that's for the
Snatch
whole
back.
session. Me, I've tried spin, and let me just tell you the truth. First of all, we get coffee, and then 2, there's no seat to sit on, and then 3, those movements, my friend. Me, in fact, I normally take the seat at the entrance. That way, I can just be okay. I'm done.
Out.
Yeah.
Hey, I used to be at the
I really
forefront.
admire you, and it's mostly the ladies who do that, and I'm like, hey,
Wow.
3 times. Yeah, you're a hero. You're a hero.
I think what also helped is the music that they used to play in the gym. I swear I used to feel like it's Mercury at 11 at night
What?
on a Friday. The
What?
music was lit. Like you chomoka from there, you feel like you want to go to the club. And it's 6
What?
a.m. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Started shedding to the point where my gym instructor is like, okay, now you need to reduce on the cardio because you're going to disappear. So that's when I now started focusing more on weight training, building my muscle, building my strength, working on certain parts of my body, For example, like for me, I'm a bit self-conscious about my arms. I find I have a bit of thick arms, Kikuyu arms. So I worked on those, toned them so that I don't know if you've ever seen an episode of Oprah where she says she has wings. She would actually flap her arm yes. So I was really concerned about getting there.
Yeah.
So I really worked on the arms, toned my legs, etc. And now it's become a lifestyle. It's no longer something I think about or force myself to do, convince myself to do.
Yeah.
Like my stomach, I think, is even used to eating like this.
Oh, wow.
Food fits in here. Yeah. So it's been an amazing journey. And I think one of the things that has really helped is it makes your mind sharp.
Okay.
Like I think about myself 3 years ago and today, my ability to retain stuff. I think it's also the gym is like an heaven for me.
Okay.
Whatever life throws at me when I go to the gym, I go and take it out there, and I feel so much better. It's great for the skin, not just the aesthetics. Well, you look good in a bikini, but it does more to your mental too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
yes.
And other than just you personally, how does that affect? Okay, of course, it's personal because it's your body, but in terms of how you've been able to function still as a mom, still at work, still as a wife, how has that been? How's that journey been?
Initially, it was quite tricky, but I just decided, you know what, this is not something that's a by the way for my life. The same way being a mom or being a career woman is important, my health is just as important. In fact, it's more important than anything else.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have it, then I can't do anything else. So I just planned my time. I was very intentional about it. I'd be at the gym by 5 a.m. I work out for an hour, back in the house at 6, get my kids ready, and then get myself ready and proceed to work, come home, do my thing. Yeah, so I found like a nice balance that worked for me, where nobody was feeling like they're being shortchanged by the fact that I've adopted this new lifestyle.
And
to the point where now...
No, go on.
Sorry, to the point where now people are calling me and they're telling me, give me tips, how do I eat? So I even turned it into a little business. Yeah.
Nice. And how is that business going?
It's been tough because of now that one and balancing my career. It's a bit tough, so I kind of shelved it for a bit. Yeah, because right now I work for e-commerce and it is high pressure and quite demanding. So I put it on the side. But now in the time of COVID, I'm thinking that I can actually pick it up again.
Because people are at home. But what do you also tell people who, for me, I've been athletic for most of my life. Up until not long ago, when we realized the older you get, the harder it is to get back to being trim and fit in a costume and like he's clearly missing. But there's always an excuse. And I'm sure you went through that phase, especially for moms, because you're like, now I've got the kids at home. I need to go get the kids ready tomorrow. We've got homework, we've got this, that, and the other. What made you keep on, your eyes on the prize?
I think it got easier as I started seeing the benefits. Like, of course, when you start and you lose your first 2 kgs, it's easy to be swayed. But by the time I hit my 10 kgs, there's nothing you could have told me. So I planned. I literally had a calendar. On Saturdays, I knew I go to the gym from 8 to 10 a.m., come back home, do my thing with my kids or the family, and then I rush to the supermarket and the market. I come and I meal prep for the whole week. And then after that, now it's cartoon time and going to the mall with them, spending quality time with the husband that way. So I literally had a proper calendar. I'm like, this is what you do on Monday, this is what you do on Tuesday. And because I thrive in structure, that whole structure now was easy for me.
Oh, nice. So, okay, so then
Yeah,
it's probably possible. So that's because usually I tell guys, well, there's always
definitely.
those sayings that if you do it for 21 days, it becomes a habit, blah, 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 all
Yes,
that good stuff. Because yours was a month
yes,
when you lost your first 10 kilos.
yes. No,
Yes,
not a month, two,
2 months.
5 kilos each month. Yeah, hey, 10 kilos in a month. My goodness. Ningekuwa
But you're doing
nimeisha.
split 3 times, so it's not far from it.
Yes,
So
yes.
what would you tell people out there? Because yes, now I know you've been doing the advisory side of it, but what would you tell the
Yes.
moms who are always making excuses and of course, there's always I have to check for the salt in the kitchen. Gashubi, or the kids having
Mm,
chibazi when we have some of that.
yes.
Well, let me just check. What do you tell them so they can also get back on that train?
I think what I can tell them is this is not just about aesthetics, it's also about your health. And we're not growing any younger. So the same way you put priority in your career, in your marriage, in your
Yeah.
children, this needs to be equally important. So it's not going to be easy, but you just need to be intentional. Yeah. There was one day you were a single woman, you were able to balance your life because it was just you, your bills, and your career. Then the man came, you needed to balance that. The kids came, you figured it out. So this too, you can. You
Okay.
just need to be intentional about it. If it means you, the same way in the office we slot people into calendars, do the same thing. And then especially now, I find we are spending so much time on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is.
Yeah.
How about cutting down that time on social and actually taking that time to take care of yourself?
Okay. Makes sense.
You
Makes sense.
get?
Makes sense.
Yeah, so it's possible in those 24 hours, because you find if you really calculate how many times you're on Instagram and TikTok and whatever in a day, you're probably spending 2 to 3 hours on those social media platforms.
Yeah.
Cut 1 hour of that entertainment for you to now take care of your body.
Okay. Okay.
And it makes you feel good. Who doesn't like looking good? And it's good
Oh
for your
yeah.
mind. Yeah. And your family will thank you for it too, because you find you're not as catty, you're not short-tempered, your kids are not irritating you as much, your hubby's socks outside the laundry basket is not driving you nuts anymore,
Yeah.
because you're zen.
Your
Yes,
cheese is a piece. You're together.
yes, yes.
Lovely,
So it's
lovely.
very possible.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So ladies, you've heard it from
Yeah.
the horse's mouth, proverbial horse's. But yeah, so ladies out there, you can do it. It's as simple as or as difficult as you make it for yourself. Yeah. So
Mm,
yeah, there's actually no shortcut to it. Basically, you have to get in there,
yeah.
get into it, and get something out of it. So any last
Yes.
words, parting shot for the people who are out there, but like, okay, probably give it a try. Oh, but
Where
you
do
need to
I
check
start?
out her handle, by the way. Go to Digifunk. That is
D I
DIGIPHUNK. Isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So on
Yes,
Instagram.
DIGIPHUNK.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you'll see her
I think my
transformations from when she was thick and and her pasta and everything to now getting back to where she is. Which I mean, even for me as a dude, I'm like, hey. I mean, and most people right now it's a lifestyle problem, as you're saying. So yeah, I think it's a
yeah.
really good thing. And thank you for giving people your 2 cents on how you did it.
Karibu.
It's
It's
still a
been a
journey.
pleasure.
It's still a journey.
Yeah, I can tell you something funny.
Yeah.
When I first started this weight loss journey, I think I have 3 months into it, to about 4 months. I hadn't
Yeah.
seen my dad for about that time. Then I went for a function and I went to say hi to him, and he looked at me like I'm a total stranger. So I'm like, yo, why are you being cold?
Yeah.
And he's like, Kabeyu. Oh my God. Where
You
do the rest
disappeared.
of you go? It was hilarious. As in, my own dad didn't recognize me.
Oh wow.
Hilarious.
Well, that's a good surprise. That's really, yeah, makes a difference. Makes a difference.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
okay.
and I think my parting shot would be just something really interesting that my mom told me, because I really used to give myself pressure when I first started. And
Yeah.
she's like, it's taken you about 5 years to gain the weight. I don't know
Yeah.
why you think you're going to lose it in 5 days. It's not
Very
the, so yes, we all want to be healthy. Maybe your goal weight is 60 kgs.
yeah.
It's actually the journey that's important. Take your time. You didn't gain this weight in 5 days, so don't expect
Yeah.
to. Pole pole too, it'll get there. Yeah.
True. 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 Okay.
Mm.
Cool.
Yeah.
So thank
Thank
you once
you.
again. I will get on
You're
my
welcome.
diet as well. I think. Yeah. Let me do my cheese first.
Holla for tips. Holla with
I'm a holla.
M-Pesa for you.
I'm a holla for sure.
I'll send you tips when you send me M-Pesa.
And after COVID, right now we're stuck. We're struggling.
Okay.
Yeah, but thank you very much.
Yeah. You're
Appreciate it.
very welcome. Thank
Yeah,
you so much for having me.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a lovely evening.
You
Bye,
too.
guys.
All right. Ciao, ciao.